did you know that October 31st is the unofficial start of the yearly weight gain season of feasting? Oh, you probably know. The average person, believe it or not, actually gains between 6 and 15 pounds.
Ouch.
That's a lot.
That
Joining
is a lot.
us live this morning for Project Under Construction with a few tricks up his sleeve to help you avoid that weight gain is our fitness expert, Nick Parker. Great to see you, Nick.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right, so we've brought this, I love this.
Yeah, let's start chowing down, huh? What do you want? Yeah, this looks really good. Let's see. Oh, that looks, I love the Reese's. Let's go with that.
That's my favorite. The only good option I think we have in here are the raisins. But okay, the first thing that's on your list, and I think this is, it's really good bit of advice, is okay, it's okay to have candy every now and then, right?
It is.
But pick a long-lasting piece of candy.
Yeah, pick a long-lasting piece of candy. This would be a good example. Okay. A sucker is a really good example. A Tootsie Pop or something like that. The reason is these are between 30 and 50 calories. You're sucking on it for like 10 to 15 minutes, and you're not going to keep opening one up, throw the wrapper back in, open another one, throw the wrapper back in, and so it keeps you occupied, so that way you're a lot less likely to consume way more calories.
All right, and this is also good advice for when you go to the grocery store. You should never go hungry, right? So you should always eat a good meal before you decide whether or not you're going to stick your hand in there.
Yeah, one of the points is eat a good meal. Make sure that you eat prior to sticking your hand in the cookie jar, so to speak.
Right.
Make sure that you have a full stomach, because if you don't, you're going to start binging on candy and trying to fill yourself up on a lot of candy over time, and that's a lot of calories over time.
All right, this is a bad habit that I actually have, is usually as soon as I get off the set, because I haven't eaten in a while, the first thing I do is I go through my drawer and I'm like, oh, what kind of candy do I have in here? I know, Nick, I need to listen to you more often, but you shouldn't eat candy before lunch.
You should never eat before lunch. Here's the reason why. If you eat candy before lunch, you spike your insulin levels. When you spike your insulin levels, you're going to go through this real big sugar high and then a real big crash. And then when you hit that crash, you're immediately going to be looking for more candy right after that. It's within an hour.
All right, you know that happens to me every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and then I go down.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and then you say avoid the seafood diet.
Yeah, the seafood is right here in front of us. We have this massive bowl of candy. Is if you see it, you eat it. And so every time you look at a bowl of candy sitting out on your counter or in the office, you're forced to make a decision. You're thinking, should I take a piece or should I not take a piece? Most of the time you'd be like, I'm going to take a piece.
Right.
So the best thing to do is take a piece out, put the bowl high, out of reach, out of sight, because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, and you're a lot less likely to take a piece.
All right, last but not least, control your cravings. How do you do that?
This is interesting. Did you know that your taste buds reformulate themselves every 10 days? The average life of a taste bud is only 10 days long. Plus, when you eat a piece of candy, especially if it's chocolate, you get an endorphin spike, an insulin spike, and a hormone called serotonin that's actually released in the body. That's why it's called the feel-good food, comfort food. So what happens is you start eating this, and all of a sudden you get hooked on the spike, you get hooked on this feel-good emotions. And so what you need to do is come November 1st, get rid of the candy, give it away, or keep it out of reach and out of sight. And here's a good trick for you. Piece of gum right here. If you have candy around, chew gum. Exactly. You'll crave it a lot less.
That's a great idea. You know what happens in a newsroom, though, Nick?
Yeah, what happens?
On November 1st, all the candy ends up in the newsroom. Am I right, Michelle and Jim? It's so like candy fiesta.
I'll walk around here with a ruler and a slap hands.
Seriously, yeah. Or either that or a big trash bag and haul it all out to the dump, because otherwise it's going to be candy.
Right.
November 4th, that's our favorite day of the year, November 1st, right, Michelle?
Yeah, that's when it begins, the creep.
Thanks, Nick Parker.
All I know is that I think you should take that bowl out right now from the studio, because we'll be devouring it during commercial break. All right, thanks, guys.